Hello. Just a thought. Have you noticed how awkward conversations have become lately? People don't just disagree, they disappear. One wrong sentence and the whole energy shifts. You say something innocent, and someone hears something inflammatory, and suddenly you're mentally packing an emotional go bag. So today, we're talking about something I think we all feel, but that we rarely say out loud. We can't talk to each other anymore, and it's costing us. Not because we're fragile or we're going to break, not because we can't handle differences, but because conversations now feel like navigating a minefield with a blindfold on and a cup of hot coffee. Let's unpack why this is happening, why midlife women feel it deeply, and what we can actually do to bring some humanity back to the table. First, let's talk about how we got here. Everybody's afraid of being misunderstood, not disliked, but rather misunderstood. It's safer to stay vague, quiet, or neutral than to risk someone twisting your words into something you never meant. Or, we've lost the middle space. Discussions used to have room for, I'm not sure, or I'm thinking about that, or I have mixed feelings. But now, it's you're either in this camp or that camp. No porch, no gray zone, no curiosity. Maybe it's that our emotional bandwidth is thin. People are stretched, financially, emotionally, mentally. A small disagreement feels bigger because everyone's threshold is a lot lower. Maybe it's that social media has taught us to debate, not have dialogue. You get points for being right. You get applause for being outraged. You get engagement for being extreme. But actual listening? Not exactly trending. Maybe it's that we've been trained to avoid discomfort. It feels awkward. We want to change the subject. If someone is different than us or saying something different than us, we shut it down. If someone's tone is shifting, well, then we back up. Discomfort is now interpreted as danger instead of growth. So, how does this show up for us in our lives? This isn't theoretical, you're living it. You avoid certain topics with certain people because you already know how it will go. You soften your words so much that they barely mean anything. You hold back questions because you don't want to be judged. You tiptoe through conversations instead of walking in honestly. You might feel a bit weird after some interactions because your connection is thinner, yet something might break. Some of you are thinking, Diane, I don't even talk to people anymore. Exactly. That's the cost. That's the cost of losing real conversation. Losing the ability to talk openly. What does it create? 1. Isolation. Not the external kind, the internal kind. It's lonely when you can't say what you actually think. 2. On the surface relationships. Everyone's polite, nobody's real. 3. Mistrust. When people stop expressing themselves, you never know where anyone stands. 4. Anxiety. When every conversation feels like a test, connection becomes work instead of nourishment. 5. We learn less. When we only talk to people who agree with us, our worldview shrinks. and our confidence shrinks with it. So, why is it that we women at this time feel this so deeply? Well, I think it's because we're raised to smooth the edges, keep the peace, be agreeable, avoid conflict, interpret everyone's tone, and keep the ship steady even when everyone else is drilling holes in the hull. We became the emotional translators, and now the language itself has changed. Midlife women are tired of managing everyone else's reactions. So, how do we talk to people again without losing our mind? I'm not going to give you any kumbaya steps. I'm giving you real-world, midlife-friendly strategies. Start with curiosity, not certainty. You don't need to announce a position. You can ask, "Tell me how you see it." It lowers the temperature right away. Separate disagreement from disrespect. Those are not the same thing. We've forgotten that. Use boundaries as conversation structure, not punishment. You could say, "I'm willing to talk about this, but not if it turns hostile." Hey, that's clear. It's calm, but you're firm. Haha, you are responsible for your intent and your tone. They are responsible for their interpretation. How about practice talking about small things honestly? Micro honesty builds macro trust. Start with low stakes topics and then strengthen the muscles. We can relearn the middle space. It might be okay to say, "I don't know," or "That's interesting," or "I'm thinking about it," or "I can see a few angles." If the world had more of that, we'd all breathe a whole lot easier. So here's my hope. We're not broken. We're just overwhelmed. Communication hasn't collapsed because people stopped caring. No, it might have collapsed because people are scared of the fallout. But conversations are how we build connection, safety, wisdom, and community. And if we want deeper friendships, healthier relationships, better decision-making, and less emotional exhaustion, we have to reclaim the lost art of talking like grown women who know the world is bigger than our sound bites. So the next time a conversation feels heavy or confusing, how about take a breath and try to remember that you're not doing it wrong. You're doing it in a world where the rules have changed without your consent. And if you can bring just one drop of clarity, calmness, or curiosity to the table, you've already shifted the whole dynamic. If this episode hit home, then, hey, share it with someone who misses real conversation too. And for my crew members, we'll be diving deeper into how to have meaningful connection in a divided world without losing yourself or carrying everyone else's emotional load. Bye for now.